I finally got round MVP. Round MVP.
No way. That was some ownage.
Finally earning round MVP takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Visit knowhowtogo.org to learn what you should be doing right now to prepare for college. Start taking the steps at knowhowtogo.org. Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lohana Foundation, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Broader View on the Hazy Radio Network. You can participate by calling 651-447-6309. That's 651-447-6309. Now, back to Hazy and Bell.
And we are back on listening to The Broader View on the Hazy Radio Network with me, your host, Hazy, and Belle Salisbury, and our very special guest, Mike Officer. And he is solidified in his music career after attending a Musicians Institute of Los Angeles, where he was selected as honorary performer at the graduation ceremony and won Songwriter of the Year from the San Diego Songwriters Guild. And it's absolutely a pleasure to have him here. And what he's going to do now, he actually pulled out his guitar, did a little bit of tuning during the break, and he is going to go ahead and do a little live performance for us, which we don't have here on the Hazy Network very often. Mike, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
And you pulled your guitar out, and you are going to go ahead and do a little live rendition of what for us?
This is a song of mine called Mississippi. Been such a long time since I walked down to that riverside. Old man and skipping stone, rock and roll playing on the radio. When you smile, oh, it was so sweet. Thought it was true love. Oh, a boy can see in a young girl's eyes. And these years roll by just like that. Muddy water and I'm so far away from home. Just give me that good old Mississippi river running through my soul. Give me that good old Mississippi river running past my door. Drove to the levee, watched that sunrise, stayed up all night, smoking cigarettes and drinking that whiskey and rye. I miss those cornfields, I miss those good old boys, and those riverboat queens. Fireworks over the water on the 4th of July. And these tears roll down just like that muddy water, and I'm so far away from home. Just give me that good old Mississippi river running through my soul. Give me that good old Mississippi river running past my door. Been such a long time since I walked down to that riverside, holding hands and skipping stones. Rock and roll banging on the radio. When you smile, oh, it was so sweet. I thought it was true love. No other boy can see in a young girl's eyes. And these tears roll down just like that. But it was and I'm so far away from home. Just give me that good old Mississippi river running through my soul. Just give me that good old Mississippi river running past my door.
Really nice.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you know, it takes me right back to my clubbing days.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. You know, when I'm sitting in the bar and watching the performers up on stage, you know, this is the kind of music that I love, and I would love to go in and sit and listen to. Do you get out and tour a lot with your music? And when are you coming to Minneapolis?
As soon as possible. You know, I kind of, after I graduated from the Musicians Institute, I lived in LA for a while and was playing around Los Angeles, and you know, I was hired as a guitar player and vocalist in other bands. So I spent several years after music school playing with other groups, and it hasn't been, you know, until the last about year to 2 years that I have decided to solely focus on my own original work, to get the heck out of LA.
Yeah.
And move to so now I'm living in St. Louis. So what I've been doing is, over the past year, I haven't been touring because I've been working on recording this record, and I just released it, you know, literally a few weeks ago. And so now that it's released, I'm putting all of my efforts into promoting it and, you know, trying to get a fan base for it. And as soon as it's financially feasible to go out on the road, I'm gonna do that. So, and what I'm doing right now is I'm playing a lot of cover song gigs. You know, playing 4 sets where I can, you know, make some money to actually, you know, facilitate the whole process. So what I'm thinking is that I'll probably try to do that and try to travel, you know, playing longer gigs, and then try to find those places where there are people that want to hear my original music too, and try to promote that as much as possible. So hopefully I'll be out there as soon as I can.
I hope so. I mean, because you absolutely need to be out there. I think that in so many cities, and I know even here in Minneapolis, which is, you know, a huge musical community, I think soloists like you are really needed. It's really kind of I think it's something that needs to be brought back. I remember, you know, back in the day when I used to be not really a part of a band, but I used to work with them. And I really miss those days, and I think a lot of people do, of all ages. Nowadays, all you find are the clubs that are playing all, you know, the slam music. And I think there's so much more that needs to be put out there.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Kind of going back to one thing you were saying earlier, and it makes me feel really good, and I feel the same way, is that there's a lot of music today that it's here tomorrow. And, you know, not only as a music listener and appreciator, but as a musician, I know it's always been that way, and there's always been that, there's just the meaningless pop music that, you know, it's popular for a month and then it's gone. But I feel like the artists that are really creating timeless music are rare these
Absolutely.
days. They're out there, but they're rare. And I guess, you know, that's my goal, and that's my dream, is to create music that lasts, that really, you know, can impact people's lives and make a difference, and, you know, and get songs that people can relate to. And, you know, if I'd be so lucky that my songs would be played on the radio 30 years from now, that would be awesome.
Well, you know, your music is easily like that, because it's if you think about it, think about the music that has been around for generations. It's the music very similar to what you're putting out there now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear the metal music as being popular music because that fades away.
Right.
But the standards are the ones that, to me, go from generation to generation. And I think you're creating your own standards.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you.
Now, where can, and we'll do this again before we let you go, but where can people find your music?
Well, the easiest thing to remember is MikeOfficer.com. I have the web address, so you can go straight there. And from my website, you can connect to me on Facebook. Everybody knows how popular Facebook is these days, and it's extremely important for us independent musicians to develop a network and to have that social networking interaction with the fans. And personally, I love to hear from people. I love to, interact with people. And, so if you want, my Facebook artist page is Mike Officer Music. So it's facebook.com/Mike Officer Music. But you can also find my personal profile on there if you just, type in Mike Officer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say MikeOfficer.com or on Facebook would be great. And I'm also on Twitter and Instagram and all the best of those, social networking sites. So I would love to have interaction from anybody, that's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if you could perform, now I know you opened for B.B. King. If you could do a duet or if you could perform with anybody, who would that be?
That's an excellent question. Do they have to still be alive?
No, it could be anybody.
Can it be a fictional character?
Absolutely, it could be anybody.
Who would you think is a fictional character?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is Yoda. Who wouldn't want to perform a duet with Yoda, right?
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine what that would be? Oh,
Music better sound be.
Right. But let's see. I would say, speaking of timeless music, I've been a big fan of Adele. I think
yes.
Adele is writing really good music these days, and I think it would be amazing, to do a duet with her.
I think you two could pull that off easily.
Yeah.
Easily. If there was a song out there now that you wish were your own, what would that be?
I have to say, I've been performing a song called "I Won't Give Up" by Jason Mraz.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, I really love that song, and I get an amazing reaction every time I perform it. So that one would be one. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Nothing else is coming to my head. That was the first one. So
that's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So when you didn't say specifically, but you do plan to go back on tour, and when you tour, do you stay just within your immediate locale? Do you go all over the U.S.? Where do you normally tour to?
Unfortunately, the reality of money and finances will determine that.
We get it.
And yeah, it's like I got to be able to not only pay for the tour, but to pay my bills when I get back. And so it's all about how far away it is, what's going to be the expense of getting there, how many shows can I book in between there, and try to have a show every day, things like that. So in the immediate, we'll probably stay pretty local around Missouri and Illinois, within probably at least a 4 to 6 hour drive. And then, as things start to expand and I can start to link different shows together day by day, then that's going to allow me to go farther and farther out.
Yeah. Now, do you have a PR person, somebody that helps to promote you?
I'm sorry. Well, you broke up a little bit. What was that?
Do you have a PR person or someone who helps work with your